Hi, how's it going? It's been a while. I'm having a little bit of a problem today that I wanted to talk about and see if any of you had any feedback on it. This is the time slot where Owlboy used to be, and normally I would replace this with another game. The problem that I'm having is that I'm finding it increasingly difficult to find these perfect fit games that I definitely want to LP and everybody can enjoy, and everything's awesome with them. So I didn't have one to put in the slot right now. So I'm trying to think of what to do about that because a few people have given me some feedback that my current lineup of games, my recent lineup of games, has been not as appealing to them as in the past, and I can see why. I've done a lot of stuff that's of either questionable quality or is very niche content that won't necessarily appeal to a lot of people. So those perfect fit games with broad appeal that I can enjoy and have a great time playing and hopefully be entertaining while I'm playing them, those are a little bit hard to find. And like I said, I've kind of burned through all of the ones that I had right now. Now, there's another one coming out soon that I'm fairly certain is going to fit into that category. Actually, a couple of them. This one that I would have put in this slot is coming out at some indeterminate time very soon, but there's no actual date for it. So I'm kind of a little bit in limbo until then. I could put some other short game in this slot and hope the other one comes out by the time that one finishes. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think of other things I could do. There's also a secondary problem here. Let's Plays are taking a little bit more of my free time in the evenings than I'd like them to. I've talked about this a few times. Right now I'm trying to keep up a schedule of 4 projects at a time, 2 videos per day, alternating days with different games in them. And that's not always been the case. I've done that, then I've taken a break and cut it down to 2 projects, then I ramp back up to 4. And I'm just thinking about, I don't know, things, directions to go, what I want to do with my hobby. So let me talk a little bit about that, why I do what I do here. Doing Let's Plays helps me develop speaking ability, and I have very much noticed benefits in other areas of my life from getting actual speaking practice here and just talking to people, presenting my thoughts clearly as much as I can, trying not to say too much, things like that. It helps me work through the backlog of games that I have built up and want to play. But apparently that's going a little bit too quickly because, like I said, I'm running out of the perfect fits for LPing. It helps pace me. It helps me pace myself when I'm playing any particular game, so I don't just binge through it in a couple of days. Yeah, I like the pace that I play at when I'm doing this. Yeah, that's all there is to say with that. It's satisfying to me to be able to provide entertainment that people enjoy watching. So it's nice when people enjoy my work. This is a way that I can produce a little bit of something every day and have people see it and say stuff about it and like it. So that's that. And it helps me meet new friends. I've met quite a few people through this. I mean, not physically met, but made a lot of online friends from what I've done here. So this is why I still do this and still find it to be a worthwhile hobby. So I wanted to list those for myself, just to remind myself why I do what I do, and share with you guys in case it helps you understand what I'm doing here. So I'm wondering if there's anything in particular any of you would like to see in general for me to change with the way I do my channel. I've thought of a few things. I could decrease the channel activity a little bit. I could wait until I find these perfect games that have broad appeal, everybody can enjoy them, I can be enthusiastic about them. I wouldn't run as many games at a time as quickly, but what would happen is the ones that I would play would come out better, basically. So that would be a quality over quantity sort of thing. But maybe the quality is fine with the quantity that I have now. Maybe more activity would be good. I could do more short form LPs, try out games that I'm not so sure about, and be a little bit more willing to discard something rather than, okay, I recorded one video of this, that means I have to play all the way through it, unless it's really terrible and I cancel it, which has happened a couple of times. So that's another thing I could try. I could also try doing fewer projects at a time, but more often. Like, suppose I had just 2 games that I was playing at a time. Every day I would do basically like the same amount as I'm doing now, but more focused. So like I'd have a Drod video every day and I'd have a Grimrock 2 video every day and nothing else, for example. One problem I see with that is that if I choose a game that doesn't have particularly broad appeal, then people who want to watch me do stuff will kind of not have something to watch that they could enjoy for a longer period of time then. I like the variety of having 4 projects going at a time, but I don't know. Is there anyone who wishes my videos were shorter? Is there anyone who wishes my videos were longer? Or is 30 minutes sort of the sweet spot? Last time this came up, it sounded like it was about equal on both sides. So it seems like I usually target 30 minutes. Often I go longer, sometimes I go a little shorter. So yeah, just any feedback you might have on that, either way. And I wrote this note to myself. I'm not sure how to interpret it. Would anyone like me to be more discerning or less discerning with the general quality of games that I do? Like, would it... Sometimes it's entertaining to just sort of play through a garbage dump of a game and be entertained by how broken it is or things like that. I could start doing more of that, or maybe I've been doing too much of that. Maybe some of the games I've been choosing have just been... Some people have seen them as garbage dumps and would rather... I don't know. That ties into what I was saying with just waiting until I find something that I'm enthusiastic to play. Anyway, so I'm just throwing out ideas. If any of this makes sense to any of you, or you feel particularly strongly about it, please let me know. Or if you have other ideas in this vein, I'd like to hear about them. Just, yeah, general, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation about what's going on here, whether what I'm doing is working, if there's stuff I can do to improve it, if there's things particularly you'd like to see change. Yeah, just open discussion on this video. Game suggestions are, of course, always welcome. Understand that not everything that's suggested is going to get played. Of course, it's just the nature of it. Not everybody likes the same sorts of games. The more suggestions there are, the more likely it is that I'll be able to find something suitable among them. So let me talk about game genres that I'm enjoying these days. So I obviously play a lot of puzzle games. I enjoy those greatly. Not all puzzle games are equal. Some I enjoy, some I don't. I don't think Drod is going away anytime soon. I've enjoyed it for years. I'll probably enjoy it for many years to come. So that's going to be sort of the mainstay, I think. I've been doing a lot of stuff that's sort of RPG or narrative driven, and that's been a lot of fun. I get a chance to exercise my modest voice acting abilities, which hopefully are getting better as time goes on. If I'm doing things that are just unbearable, then feel free to let me know about that. But I'm trying things, trying different voices, different accents when I'm reading stuff. It's fun. Platform games are always a good choice. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't found a lot of particularly good seeming ones of those that I've wanted to play lately, which is weird. It seems like they're normally plentiful, but I don't know. The good ones just haven't been coming to me somehow. Genres that I used to play, but I'd rather leave behind. Sandbox is a big one. I mean, I started this channel doing Minecraft, basically, and that's a game that I'm just not able to enjoy playing anymore. Other sandbox games like Terraria, Don't Starve. What else have I done? I don't know. I've done other games like that. I feel like those have kind of run their course, and I don't enjoy playing them anymore. So suggestions for those probably won't get played. Roguelikes. I still enjoy them sometimes, but they just end up being a little bit too much repetition and grind and, you know, as they are. So that'd be like your Spelunkies, Rogue Legacy, even Crypt of the Necrodancer. I know an expansion for that has come out recently, in early access at least. I may still play it, but it's getting a little bit harder for me to enjoy things like that. And anything that requires significant amounts of off-screen playtime, like when I did an Untitled Story on Insanity Mode, for example, that was particularly egregious. Like, I mean, I did it to myself. I wanted to play it. I knew what I was getting into, but that, just grinding that out for hours at a time every evening when I was scheduled to record it just got to be super exhausting, and I'd rather not go through that experience too much anymore. Anyway, so those are just some general guidelines for how to make your suggestions closer to the sort of thing that I'd like to play, if you happen to have any. And again, they're always welcome, even if they are in those things I mentioned that might not be quite as ideal. Feel free to leave them anyway, just in case somehow I see a game in there that, oh, okay, this is a sandbox game, but I still definitely want to play it, for example. And yeah, just anything else that you have, any other comments or critiques on just general channel stuff, yeah, just this is a good place and time to discuss them. So yeah, that's what I had. Hopefully either from the discussion that happens here, if any, or just looking through my catalog of games, I'll find something to do to fill this time slot, or maybe just leave it empty until the game that I'm waiting for comes out. Yeah, so, right, so, yeah, leave me feedback if you have any. Yeah, and I appreciate having you in my audience, talking to you through video comments. That's always a treat, usually a treat, most of the time. Yeah, anyway, so enough rambling. I'll talk to you in the comment box.